What's up, everybody? I don't know if I've got anybody here just yet, but what's up anyway? I'm getting some other things started here, and then we can. And if you haven't noticed, our Black movie trivia question is right there on the screen. So, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to After the Snap. And this is the weekly wrap up where every week we sit down and have a long chat about this week's entertainment news. We are a day late this week because of DC FanDome. We wanted to include the stuff the tidbits that we walked away with from DC FanDome in the weekly wrap up. So that is why we are holding this Sunday session. So if you see the trivia question, I'm going to jump this thing off by asking the trivia question, the Black movie trivia question. And the rules remain the same. So if you were unclear on what the rules were, you can respond to Black movie trivia during the live stream in the form of a super chat or a tip on Get Vocal. So if you're watching on Get Vocal, you can submit a tip of any amount to answer the question during the stream. If you want to wait until after the stream is done, you can do your answers only on social media. I will not be taking any answers in the chat for today's live stream. The only answers during the live stream that I am accepting will be in the form of a super chat. If the question is answered during today's live stream in the form of a super chat, then you can't answer it. You ain't gonna be able to answer it on social media. So I'm taking the first three correct answers if it comes in the form of a social media. On super chats on YouTube, then you will just get one go at it. And if you guys answer the question correctly, I don't have a problem with going ahead and putting another question up if you guys think, that was answered too quickly, if I'm making sense. Don't know if I've got anybody with me just yet. The Black movie trivia question for the week is: what 1992 film featured a song by Eric B. and Rakim of the same title? What 1992 film featured a song by Eric B. and Rakim of the same title? And, okay, if you are looking at the graphic, then you have a hint. And it's a very subtle hint, but there is a hint in that answer, or in that photo. And I'm going to leave it up there for just a couple more minutes while we see if we're going to get anybody trickling in. And then I'm going to take it down, and then you'll be on your own as far as what the question is and when to answer. And if you didn't know, this is a loaded week. Very loaded. And lots went on. Hey there, Mrs. Lark. You're here. I'm glad you're here because it's just me and you right now. Okay, so for the last time, since I know I've got one person here, and if she made it on time, everybody else can too, right? What 1992 film featured a song by Eric B. and Rakim of the same title? And then I am taking the graphic with the question down. It's gone. Poof, it's gone. It's like magic. So yeah. Ooh, I moved my didn't want that way up there. Okay, so we're gonna jump this thing off with uh Halloween Kills box office. Since that was the big movie release of this week, we're gonna talk about the box office. Did it achieve that $50 million goal that we said that it was going to reach? We talked about that estimate on Friday when we did the film review Fridays. And on film review Fridays, we talk about films and I review them. And this week's review was Halloween Kills. And our headline for that, if I can get it up here, let's see. Okay, I got it kind of small. Gonna make it a bit bigger. Halloween Kills did grab the best horror and R-rated opening records during the pandemic with that $50.4 million weekend. Even even with it being on Peacock day and date, it still achieved that goal of uh of the $50.4 million. So that that was definitely uh, a feather in Halloween Kills cap. Thank you, thank you. It is definitely a feather in its cap because people had an opportunity to watch this one at home. And if you watch my review, you know that I would say this is one that you could watch at home and safely do it, because it really wasn't it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best um entry of Halloween, in my opinion. Of course, there are some horror diehards who will absolutely love this picture. Not so much for me. So we got our Sunday AM update. This is coming to us from Deadline. Our Sunday AM update is typically horror movies fall apart on a Saturday night, especially ones with bad reviews and lackluster audience exits. But Universal, Blumhouse, Miramax, that's a lot. Halloween Kills kept it together even with a day and date Peacock component. So the David Gordon Green directed sequel, the 12th in the franchise, kept on course for a $50.35 million 3-day, slightly higher than what we saw yesterday morning off of a $17.2 million Saturday. So that's a better Friday to Saturday hold percent wise than previous Blumhouse October horror flicks, Paranormal Activity 2 and 3, and Halloween Kills also beats Paranormal Activities 2's Saturday night. So good news. And to me, that the news just keeps getting better for the box office because, people had been sitting out. People had decided that it really wasn't worth risking their health to go to the movies. So now we are seeing people getting back out into the movies. These movies are not only setting pandemic records, but they're also matching some of the pre-pandemic totals that we have seen. So yay, box office. Yay, Halloween. You guys, you did it. Yay. So you guys have done your thing, what we expected, and exceeded it just a little bit because the original projections for Halloween Kills at the box office was 47 million, so we even exceeded it a little. I'm gonna talk to you about this cup. My niece, actually my sister's niece, but she's my niece too. So my niece made this cup for me. She's the same one who designed my logo. She made this cup for me, and she gave me her information to share if anybody wants to order a cup. Uh, and yeah, I got the wrong note. I got the wrong note sitting next to me. I'm gonna have to put her information. You can check it on the in the Facebook group after the stream. I will put that information. So if anybody is interested in a cup like this, and it's got after the snap on the other side, she did an outstanding job. I just love her. I just love her little creativity. So yes, she not only makes the cups with my logo on it. You can get anything on a cup, but I would love to see it. If anybody does order this cup with the logo and all this, make sure you put a picture up. Make sure you put a picture up because I would love to see it and add it to the collection. I'm going to see if we get anybody trickling in late. Let me see. Where is my... I've gotten so used to a certain number of people just being here when I get started that I don't want to roll out without them. But it looks like I'm gonna have to do that today. But I appreciate you for being here. D, you don't have no clue what the answer is to the trivia question. Now our first topic is really not a topic. I didn't have it originally as a topic, but because we talked about this very briefly last week, I wanted to hit on this situation again. You know the answer. Oh, okay. I wanted to hit on this situation again because we talked on it just for a second last week. And that was the question: what was the NBA going to do about the Kyrie Irving situation? And now we are calling it the Kyrie Irving situation because he is the first player to play for a market that says that if you're going in professional athletes, uh, movie theaters, uh, you're going to see a Broadway stage play, anything like that, concerts, you will be required. You can do the super chat on YouTube, D, and it's when you look at the super chat, when you look at the bottom of the where the chat is in YouTube, you will see a little dollar sign. Where them dollars at? You'll see a little dollar sign where that's where you would do the super chat. But so yeah, he's the first player playing in a market that has mandated this vaccine. And he has made it very clear that he has no intention of getting the vaccine. So the question was, what does a team do when they have a player who is only going to be available to them when they play in a market that doesn't have this type of mandate? And the answer is the NBA turned it in or turned it over to their teams. Teams, you guys make the decision of what you're gonna do. And the Brooklyn Nets said, basically, hey, you guys have made your decisions, what you want to do with your body. But what we're going to say is until you are available to play full time in the NBA, then we're just going to bench you. You can't, not only are they being benched, they are not able to practice anything. So they basically said, hey, we're going to, yeah, we're going to leave it up to you. It's in your hands now. Ball's in your court, Kyrie. What are you going to do? The other night, Kyrie Irving took to Instagram to voice his concerns about the vaccine, to tell his fans and anybody who was interested that he had no intention of getting this for his own, I guess, health and safety. And, he feels like this would be something that would be hurtful to him. So he's not, he feels like he's doing the right thing, basically. Kyrie Irving is basically tripling what Dave Chappelle did when he walked away from the Chappelle show. So Dave Chappelle walked away from $50 million dollars, and people thought he was crazy, and people called him crazy. And he obviously had his reasons for doing that. And it worked out fine for Dave Chappelle. Kyrie Irving is walking away from potentially $186 million dollars. And I don't know that I will, I don't know that I would do that, but but he is saying he doesn't want to do it. He feels like his back is up against the wall. I went on a limb and said I fully expect for Kyrie Irving to retire by the end of the week. That was my thought process. He has not made that announcement yet. I'm still kind of betting that that's where we go. But at the end of the day, Kyrie Irving is an adult. He's making a decision that he feels like is the best for him. And however misguided that decision is, we don't have to live with it. He does. So I hope other NBA players are learning, are figuring out that we know that Kyrie is not the only one that won't get the vaccine. So I hope that they are learning that he what the consequences for not getting the vaccine, or the city that you're playing in not lifting the mandate. Because to me, those are the only two ways this thing, or three ways that it'll play out. Kyrie Irving is going to retire. That's one way that it could play out. The second way that it could play out is on if the team, or if the city lifts the mandate. And the third way that it could play out is if the player just goes ahead and gets the vaccine. So I'm going to continue to watch this with great interest, because if you didn't know, I love sports. First love is basketball, and I hate to see a player with the upside of Kyrie Irving. I hate to see him waste his career. And I'm also kind of concerned about the mandate thing. I'm going to continue to watch it with great interest. And let me see. Dee had a question over here in the chat. She said, did you see his response on Angela Yee from The Breakfast Club on her Facebook page? I did not. I basically get my stuff like from a handful of trades, and one day I'm going to make a graphic that will show y'all what trades that I refer to when I'm trying to get my stories, because there are certain trades that have a very high credibility rate. If it skews to the side of gossip, I don't use it too often. If it skews to the side of opinion, I don't use it too often. I like to just use the report, and then I form an opinion. Now, if it's like The Breakfast Club, they're going to present you some news. They're going to give you their opinion. So I kind of don't want to be tainted by somebody else's opinion, even though I guess that's what I'm doing right now too. I'm reporting it, and then I'm telling you my opinion. So, I'll figure out which ones of these shows are credible. because I've seen some very, very unscrupulous radio hosts. Wendy Williams. I've seen a couple of them. And besides her, there are more. There was this wild report, and I'm getting off track just a little bit, but there was this like wild report. Oh, R. Kelly is out here snitching on people. He's trying to get his sentence reduced. Blah blah blah. A, R. Kelly has not been sentenced yet. R. Kelly will not be sentenced until May of next year. So that's A. Then B, where's the source on that? Who is the source? I know some people have anonymous sources. We got to have something, some kind of source. And then finally, with the R. Kelly situation, if R. Kelly had information on somebody else that would lessen the time that he could potentially get for the crimes that he committed, do you think he would have sat in jail for a whole year before he used that ace in the hole, that card? If he was gonna tell, and he's got these people dead to rights, he would have told a long time ago. Because I'm pretty sure after he got his ass kicked in Cook County Jail, yes, when he got his ass kicked in Cook County Jail, I'm pretty sure he would have done anything to get out. He would have told on anybody. So, sometimes we got to consider the source. And D also says, I was listening to the Skip and Shannon show, and they think he may be traded. But the problem is, who's going to take him? Anytime you go to California, and anytime you go to New York, you run in the possibility of not being able to play. Now in New York, you've got Brooklyn, you've got the New York Knicks, two teams. But once we start talking about going to the West Coast, you got the Lakers, you got the Golden State Warriors, you got the LA Clippers. You've got a lot of teams that you would have to sit down for if those cities decided to go the way of the mandate, and many of them are. So there's too many games that he would miss. And that, as you and I both know, D, from being athletes, that kind of F's with the chemistry of the team. If somebody has not been available to practice and to run drills and to get gameplay with their teammates, and then they get thrown in at all of these random times, it F's with the chemistry of the team. A team that could be a playoff contender is thrown off balance when they have one piece of that puzzle that we don't know when he's going to be available. And that, to me, is the problem with this Kyrie Irving situation. He's not the only player. He's not. I was talking to my son. He's keeping his eye on it more closely than I am. And he was saying that Andrew Wiggins is also a holdout on the vaccine. So, like I said, I didn't mean to spend this much time on it. But I did want to follow up on what we talked about last week, because I find this kind of it's concerning. Yes, it messed with the chemistry for sure. It does. Okay, so while we're talking about the vaccine, we might as well go and talk a little more vaccine talk. And I'm going to... This time my article is from Essence magazine. And like I told you, every chance I get, I do want to highlight or spotlight a black publication when I am talking about black people. Specifically when I'm talking about black people, for sure. Because our perspective is potentially different than that of our white counterparts. No diss. Still love y'all. but y'all perspective is a little different than ours. So now we hear that Letitia Wright is denying the accusations that she pushed anti-vax views on Black Panther 2's set. The actress is denying those rumors that she has been espousing harmful anti-vax rhetoric while filming on the Marvel sequel's Atlanta set. And you know what? I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. If she says she didn't do it, those was just rumors. And that's what I'm talking about. Except for this rumor grew legs and it even found its way into some of the more credible trades. Although I did notice that they weren't reporting it with certainty. They were reporting it as reportedly. So this reportedly happened. You know, other publications were running with it like it was definitely true. So this is, I guess it's good to know that she didn't do this. Let's read the article a little bit. First, the actress was minorly injured during an on-set stunt in late August, and I did report on that. That led to her brief hospitalization. And at that time, I was really worried about Letitia because if you don't remember, Letitia is a small little thing. She's a petite little person. And just to know that she was hurt on set, you know, that woke up the mother in me. Then the rumors began swirling about Wright espousing harmful anti-vaccine rhetoric while filming scenes as T'Challa's sister Shuri. According to a report from The Hollywood Reporter detailing ongoing vaccination requirement turmoil in the industry, a source shared that Wright has been sharing controversial views discouraging COVID-19 vaccination while working on the Marvel set. Wright insisted that this version of events is a complete falsehood. In an Instagram post published earlier today, Wright denied the claims alongside a photo of a knight in full armor accompanying, I hate that word, because accompanying the scripture, Isaiah 54:17, which reads, "Weapons made to attack you won't be successful. Words spoken against you won't hurt at all." She said, "God bless you all. It saddens me to have to address the reports published by The Hollywood Reporter on October 6, 2021. She naming names. Go ahead, Letitia. "The report spoke about my conduct on the set of Black Panther 2. I honestly assert that this was completely untrue. Anyone who knows me or has worked with me knows that I work incredibly hard at my craft, and my main focus is always to do work that's impactful and inspiring. That has been and will continue to be my only focus. I will continue to hold on to God's hands and onto the scripture of Isaiah 54:17. I continue to focus on my healing. Thank you for your prayers, and I continue to pray for God's love, peace, and joy for you all. God bless you, Letitia." So, can we put that to rest now? The child says she didn't do it. She said she wasn't out there trying to make people not take the vaccine. And guess what? I believe her. I believe her. Because nobody wants to kill the goose that lays the golden eggs. And the goose that lays the golden eggs is Marvel. Period. Nobody wants to, if you're in Marvel, you're not trying to get put out for anything silly. And I'm saying silly because it's her choice what she does as it pertains to that vaccine. You've got your choice as well. I've got mine. I've made my decision. I've gotten my vaccines. Just like I say, she's not going to talk me into unvaccinating myself. I'm not going to talk her into getting the vaccine. That is going to have to be something that comes from within her. and it seems that she's a very religious person. So it seems like she's going to pretty much have to hear from God before she does get the vaccine, if she does get the vaccine. So there's that. She says she didn't say it. She says she didn't do it. I feel like it's time for us to stop shitting on her name and move on. And I hope that we can. And I hope that we don't get any further reports of any shenanigans going on the Disney Black Panther movie set. Now, let's talk a little bit about. Oh, you hit the super chat button, and it will give you a box for you to put a response. So if you were to answer the question in the form of a super chat, there's a space for you to make a comment if you make a super chat. So again, for anybody who did not hear, if you wanted to answer the Black Movie Trivia question of the week, which I display at the beginning of our program, there are a couple of ways to do it. The first way is by sending in a super chat and answering it right here on today's broadcast. If you can't do that, or you want a little time, you can, after the broadcast, put your answers on social media. Either one of my social medias. One of them is right here. Look at this. I got 2 lower thirds up. How about that? Now I can't see. So I closed that one. Anyhow, yeah. Oh, you see it? You see it now, DeVena? So yeah, there are your 2 options. You can go to Facebook or Twitter and put it, or you can put it in a super chat. It looks like maybe DeVena is gonna beat y'all to it, because once it gets answered within the broadcast, that's it. She's gonna win. There was uh, another thing that I want to address, because again, this was a topic that was submitted by superfan DeVena. So we're going to go ahead and talk about what's coming down the line for the Home Sweet Home Alone movie that's coming to Disney Plus. It is a revival of a holiday film franchise. And of course, when we talk about Home Sweet Home Alone, we know that this is a reboot of the Home Alone franchise of movies. So yes, 'twas the night before Christmas vacation and the fun was in full swing. The family left for their family vacation but forgot one little thing. Disney Plus has released the official trailer for Home Sweet Home Alone, 20th Century Studios' reimagining of the Home Alone holiday film franchise. So, not, of course, it won't be the same cast of characters. This one we have Archie Yates, who is playing Max Mercer, and he is a mischievous and resourceful young boy who has been left behind while his family is in Japan for the holidays. So when a married couple attempting to retrieve a priceless heirloom set their sights on the family's home, it is up to Max to protect it from the trespassers. Now, I'm not 100% sure how this shit happens. That's called child abandonment, you know where I'm from, but okay. There have been 5 previous Fox installments of the Home Alone franchise. If you were unaware, Disney Studios bought out 20th Century Fox a couple years back. We got a lot of their properties, and Home Alone was among them. So the 5 previous installments started in 1990 with the Chris Columbus directed comedy penned by Hughes and starring Macaulay Culkin. It earned 2 Oscar nominations for John Williams' score and the original song. Disney Plus is also working on refreshes of Fox titles like Cheaper by the Dozen, Night at the Museum, and Diary of a Wimpy Kid. That is a heck of a way to beef up your family entertainment. That's what Disney has been known for, and we're going to ignore the fact that they have cultivated quite a monopoly in the movie industry, and we are going to just say that if they're going to have a monopoly, at least put out some good movies. And for the most part, Disney does that. So, Home Sweet Home Alone is going to premiere on November 12th, exclusively on Disney Plus. They put out a trailer this past week, and full disclosure, I didn't watch it because I don't have no grandchildren. I don't have no little kids. So it's like, I'm not interested. If I had a little person around, I would be more interested. The family movie thing, again, is absolutely nothing wrong with it, but those Disney movies aim at a very certain demographic, and I have not reached that demographic just yet. Whereas a grandparent trying to have family time with their little kids, I'm beyond the parent trying to sit down and have a family movie to watch. Me and my son watch all types of horrible stuff together now. November 12th, incidentally or coincidentally, is also Disney Plus Day. And that is and you gave me a $9.99 super chat. Thank you so much, Mrs. Lark. And the name of the song and the movie is Juice. Also, the little picture I put up, I'm going to go back to it because I said it was a hint. That song is also called The Ledge. And, that song is also called The Ledge. And let me see, where is my... Black Movie Trivia. And you see these people, the little characters are standing close to the ledge. I thought I was clever. I thought I was clever. So thank you very much, DeVena, for submitting a super chat and for winning the this week's Black Movie Trivia. Again, if somebody, I might submit another question a little later, right before we get into DC FanDome, because DC FanDome was something else. And what was I talking about? Disney Plus Day. So on Disney Plus Day, they are supposed to be having this huge event. It sounded like something that Bob Chapek just made up, like right off the top of his head. But okay, it's fine. He announced Disney Plus Day. That is also going to be the same day that Shang-Chi hits Disney Plus, so you can watch it at home. That is, of course, the day that we got this Home Sweet Home Alone movie coming out. So they scheduled the event to fit in with the timing of these big family movies, and it's family time. So I thought it was a good idea, and I am... You didn't get the ledge hint. Oh gosh. But yeah, I am interested because again, it's Disney Plus Day, and really the only thing that I go to Disney Plus for is for the superhero stuff. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't even own Disney Plus if it was just princesses and family type movies. I wouldn't own it. I wouldn't have rented, or I wouldn't have subscribed to it. Now, speaking of big fan events, we had before go into there, DeVena submitted that idea on Facebook, and I welcome anybody to submit an idea, a topic for this week, for that week's weekly wrap up. You can do it in the Facebook group, or you can do it on Twitter. Either way, if you do it on Twitter, make sure to hashtag that Black Movie Trivia so that I'll know, or I'm sorry, make sure you hashtag that the weekly wrap up so I'll know that's where you want that thing to be discussed at. Now, the what do you call it? DC FanDome this year. Gosh. Last year DC FanDome was just fantastic. I was blown away by the presentations last year. This year, not so much. Not so much, but we did get, as promised, well, no, as we assumed we would be doing. I can't say they didn't promise us anything, and that's the good thing about DC FanDome. We got a sneak peek at the Flash, just a very quick sneak peek. One of the things that I noted about that Flash sneak peek is they talked about Grant Gustin's CW Flash and his new gold boots. They talked about that longer than they talked about the feature film Flash that's coming out in theaters. So I was a little miffed at that. I was like, which one do you think should be given more time? And I didn't think that the Grant Gustin golden boots should have been given that much time on DC FanDome. That was time that we could have spent discussing The Flash. Now, with that being said, what we saw of The Flash looks spectacular. It looks spectacular. It looks like we are definitely getting Flashpoint, or at least a rendition. Like they're going to be inspired by the Flashpoint comic. Now, Flashpoint was when Flash used the Speed Force to go back in time to prevent his mother from being killed. He goes back in time and he successfully prevents his mother from being killed, but him changing that one thing changed so many other things. And he ended up, Batman Bruce Wayne didn't exist. His father, Thomas Wayne, became Batman in a universe. So basically, we're doing like a multiverse. And of course, yes, we're seeing a multiverse in Marvel as well. I don't care. Flashpoint is a huge multiversal event in DC Comics, and I'm here for it. I want to see an older, grizzled Batman beaten down by the world. I wanted to I want to see if, because this is not promised, nothing is promised, okay? I want to see if we get the Amazonians led by Wonder Woman against the Atlanteans led by Aquaman, get into that huge war where they are out there decimating one another, just knocking them off. It was a huge war. I want to see that. If they are able to pull that off in a movie form, I'm back. And I wasn't really ever gone from DC. It was just I was disappointed by some of the things that DC did. So I'm very happy with what I saw. I was very happy to hear Michael Keaton's voice. They never showed his face, but we know Michael Keaton's voice. So we are getting Michael Keaton as the older kind of Batman. Um, we're getting back Ezra Miller, who I do have a few issues with as a star. If we're gonna hold people accountable for things, I never saw him held accountable for him choking that young lady out. uh, and I forgot where they were. Were they in Scotland? Were they in Sweden? Wherever they were, there's a video that exists of him basically choking the hell out of a girl. And I think that there was a very dry apology, and then there's never been spoke of again. So please leave me alone about Dave Chappelle, because everybody has somebody that's getting a pass, and I think some people deserve a pass. But when you are physically violent against another human being, um, should we really be giving them passes? If it was two females, I might even look the other way. If it was two males, I might even look the other way. But this is a male on a female, and I know that he's, I think, non-binary. I'm not 100% sure. I think he is a they or them, and because I'm still saying he. I'm getting used to this LGBTQIA stuff. I'm getting used to it. But if Ezra Miller still has grown man strength, and if he put his hands around the neck of a young lady, he needs to be called to the carpet for it. I'm gonna go to the comments because I see D said, I saw the Flash and the Batman trailer. I'll wait to see it. Michael Keaton, I don't know about his reprisal of Batman. Well, he's only playing him as an older alternate universe Batman. So we remember seeing Michael Keaton as young people when we were young as Batman. He's reprising that role only as an alternate universe. So he's not going to be the Batman going down the line. He is just fitting into this niche. This is why we can have the Batman movie that you were saying, that Batman trailer. So the Batman movie is Robert Pattinson. That's a whole different universe than the universe that we saw Michael Keaton in. We probably will also see Ben Affleck's Batman in this movie. So we know that we are traveling to different universes. When you see this many Batman and that many Flashes in one place, and that's the only way that this whole thing makes sense. And that's what makes it good to me. I love it. The Batman trailer. Should I go there next? No, we're gonna go Black Adam first. Did you see the Black Adam trailer? That Black Adam scene that was released with Dwayne the Rock Johnson and whoever else was in that was in that scene. That looks so dope. And if we waited, I want to say we've probably waited 10, 15 years for this movie. You're right, D. They didn't watch the Dave Chappelle last gig. They if they would have watched it all the way through, instead of watching it to just respond to what they thought was coming, they would have known that Dave didn't mean no harm. But anything that he said, he was telling jokes. But I'm not. You know what? We can get in a whole bunch of trouble. And yes, that Black Adam trailer looked fantastic. I can't wait to see what Dwayne Johnson does with this role. And he says the hierarchy is about to change in the DCEU. And I'm like, okay, the hierarchy of power is about to change, is what he said. And right now, the most powerful person in the DCEU is Superman. We haven't seen him in a little while, but Superman is the most powerful person. And he is correct. Black Adam probably trumps Superman. He trumps Shazam, and Shazam is like right under Superman. So Black Adam is stronger than Shazam. And they have the leg up on Superman because many of us forget that Superman has two weaknesses. Three, if you want to. Okay. He's got a few weaknesses. But, okay, besides Lois Lane and Kryptonite, and besides the sun, not getting our yellow sun, magic. Magic is one of Superman's biggest weaknesses. He cannot F with magicians. So the fact that Black Adam's strength is rooted in magic does make him more powerful than Superman. And if they are going to explore that situation, I am all the way here for it because there needs to be an answer for Superman. Not all the time. Sometimes we want things to be easy for Superman, but we also need to see Superman challenged and not like the Batman versus Superman version. That challenge was cool. Don't get me wrong, because I think anybody in the world is going to stand up as a human to Superman, it would be Batman. So, okay, because Batman does his research and he's always prepared, Batman had the tools necessary to bring Superman down to his level of strength. So, okay. But if we're not going to put Superman up against Batman every movie, which we're not going to do, we're not going to do that. These threats need to be a little stronger. And like we saw how quickly and easily Superman dispatched of, what was it in Justice League? Steppenwolf. Oh, so quickly. Oh, so easily. So knowing that he has that level of power, it's going to be awesome to see someone who looks just as humanoid as Superman does. It's going to be real awesome to see them go head to head at some point. I hope we see that. I'm not saying that it's not promised, but that is something that they could go into, and it would be original, and it would be something that the fans would like to see. A lot of fans probably would feel some type of way if Superman was to lose to Black Adam. But I don't think that would happen. I think Shazam would step in. And that brings all these superhuman beings together, and we get to see a good old battle royal. I saw a cartoon back in the day of Superman versus Shazam, and it turned, and by the end of it, him and Shazam teamed up against Black Adam. So I would really like to see that. Wow. DeVena said, "Wow, really? I'm going to have to watch Shazam now. I'll admit, Shazam trailer looked good too." Yeah. Oh, you're talking about like Superman having that weakness? Yeah, one of his weaknesses is magic. He just can't do nothing with it. He can't do nothing with it. So, and we also, in that Black Adam trailer, did y'all see Aldous Hodge? He's going to be Hawkman. If y'all don't know, I love that man. And I am so glad that he's going to finally be in a superhero universe. I remember hearing that rumor, but again, this movie been threatened. They've been threatening us with this doggone Black Adam movie for years. I honestly didn't think it was gonna happen. Honestly, I didn't think it was gonna happen, and here we are, just maybe a year away from actually seeing it, and I'm excited. I'm glad that Dwayne Johnson never gave up wanting to play this role. Like he said, it's a role he was born to play. He definitely was. He definitely was. And Shazam did look good, and I'm gonna see it because that was a family movie that I rather enjoyed. Of course, it does have superheroes in it, so that's pulling me in a little bit. But I really enjoyed the first Shazam movie, and I hope they do just as good a job with the second one. Um, so we talked about the Shazam, the Aquaman, little behind the scenes look at the production of Aquaman. Looks good. I'm gonna tell you, I wasn't a huge fan of the first Aquaman movie. It wasn't rat infested garbage, but it wasn't like it wasn't the best to me. And I think they could do better. I like James Wan. I try to like everything he does, but I'm gonna be real. I didn't like that Malignant movie, and I didn't like what he did with Aquaman. It looked beautiful. Now, don't take me saying I didn't like the movie for me not appreciating the amount of work that went into making that thing look beautiful. It's just a matter of the consistency of uh, what one movie set up, and it didn't happen in the next movie. And I'm like, okay, what universe are we in? In one universe, the Atlanteans can only talk to one another if underwater if they're in a bubble. And but in this universe, they can talk to one another. Hey, Bun, I didn't know you were here. Um, in this universe, they can talk to one another whether they're in a bubble or not. How y'all want this? Which way do you want it? And that is some of just one of the problems that I had. So it's a beautiful looking movie, and I do, of course, I'm going to see Aquaman when it comes out. I believe December 2022. If I'm still here, I can't presume nothing. Excuse me. Um, what was the other one? So we talked about Aquaman. We talked about Flash. We talked about uh, Black Adam. We touched a little on Shazam. They really didn't have anything ready for us. The only thing that they really had ready for us as far as a real look at the movie was the Batman. And the trailer looks good. Now, if you saw my trailer review, you'll know that I wasn't flipping and jumping out of my shoes because of the trailer. It looked good. And it did not make me say, oh, I'm not going to see that movie. I'm still going to see that movie. But so many people were just so over the moon, and I'm like, it was just all right to me. It was all right. We get to hear the Robert Pattinson Batman, and that's very important to a lot of people. Like what that voice sounds like. They didn't like the Christian Bale voice from the Dark Knight trilogy, where we had the Batman Begins, I think, Dark Knight, and the Dark Knight Returns. So those three movies, they didn't like Christian Bale's voice. Christian Bale did a hell of a job as Batman, though. I could care less about his voice. As long as his voice didn't sound like Mickey Mouse, or he decided to go for that guttural voice, like he was that was his voice. Robert Pattinson, his voice still has that level of grit to it, but I think you can understand him, and it's not like he's trying to change his voice. He just made it deeper. So I think he has got a handle on how he's supposed to sound as Batman. He looks good as Batman. A lot of people were complaining, oh, the dude from Twilight. Look, I don't care what movie this dude came. I didn't even watch Twilight. I don't care what movie he came from prior. Can this man act? And the answer is yes, he can act. Now we just got to see if he can act like Batman, which it seems like he's doing all right. From what I can see in the trailer, seems like he's doing all right. Did you guys have any thoughts on the trailer? Yeah, because I didn't see nothing wrong with it. I thought it was a good trailer. Yeah. Um, Now let me tell you what shocked me, and maybe I'm gonna have to pull a picture just so we can see the difference. Somebody is. Uh, um, Let me see if I can pull a picture up of who I'm looking for. I'm looking for a picture of the penguin because I I was shocked and flipping surprised at who was playing. Like I remembered hearing about him playing it, and then when I saw uh Penguin, damn, and this ain't no picture. When I saw him in the trailer, I was like, oh, he must not be playing him anymore. And I swear he is. And I cannot I can't believe. Let me see. I'm gonna come to this article. This let me see. So this is Penguin in the Batman. And he is being played by Colin Farrell. Now, I don't know if you know who Colin Farrell is, but this don't look nothing like that man. I'm going to pull a picture of just Colin Farrell without his, I guess he's got on prosthetics or something to make him look like this. He's an Irish actor, and Colin Farrell is rather attractive. That's Colin Farrell. That does not look, I swear, him doing whatever he did to make himself look like Penguin. That makeup artist, that makeup artist is dope, the best. I've not seen a transformation like that in a long while. You know, we have seen them before, but it's been a long while since I've seen a transformation like that. That's wild. Um, the Batman trailer, I did a the Batman trailer is in a post on in the Facebook group. But you can find it on YouTube. But if you want to go to the Facebook group, and there is a post there. The name of the post, the name of the Facebook group is After the Snap Hangout, and there's a post that I have the trailer embedded into, and then I also did uh, um, a reaction to the Batman trailer. And I spoke some of my grievances with the trailer. One of which is this movie is going to be a dark movie. And by dark, I mean the tone. Yes, the tone is going to be dark as well. It's going to be gritty. They told us it was going to be like a noir kind of thriller, and those are generally dark movies. It's going to be kind of a detective movie instead of so much a superhero movie. And I'm good with that because Batman is the detective, right? But when I say dark, I'm talking about a lot of the scenes are shot in dark quarters. The scenes are shot dark. And as I've said before, I'm visually impaired. I have vision problems. And among them is I'm not able to make out stuff in shadows. Now, doesn't stop me from going to the movies, doesn't stop me from uh, trying to enjoy these types of movies. But what I'm saying is a lot of it will be lost on me. And if there's a person like me with similar vision problems, a lot will be lost on them. There are things that happen in the shadow that add substance to the movie. And if I can't see that, then I lose some of the substance of the movie. Of course, these movies are not being made specifically for me. Like we got to make sure Tasha can see everything. Tasha, can you see it all? They're not making the shit for me. They're making it for all of us. And majority rules, but that is still a valid complaint, and it's only a complaint because it's taking me a little bit out of the movie, and I want to be able to enjoy every part of it. Usually, when something happens in a movie and it's a really dark, gritty, grainy type movie, I don't get the nuance until I get home and I'm able to watch it at home, where I can slow things down, speed things up, do all this, get real close. So if I can't do all of that, then then some of it is going to be lost on me, and that's okay. But as far as the trailer goes, judging from the majority of the comments and videos and all of that I've seen, it went over well. Um, it did its job of drumming up excitement for this movie, and I was already excited. They already had me last year at the last trailer. If you remember, I've been doing this that long. When I was doing I was only doing it on Facebook. If you were with me then, drop me a comment or something. I might have something for you. If you was with me when I was only doing this thing on Facebook and get vocal, and if you remember my reaction to the first Batman trailer that they put out last year, if, I might have something for you if you remember that. But okay, yeah, I thought, hey, it's great, it's beautiful. The rest of DC fandom, they had a video game, and I'm not a gamer, so I don't even pretend. I'm not a gamer, but that game looked good. That Suicide Squad kills the Justice League, or it was something. Excuse me. That video game looked good. If I was a gamer, I would watch it. Excuse me. But yeah, that was those were the highlights. They did an awful lot of just filling time, and I didn't like that because last year it was big announcements. It was, I think the biggest announcement we got yesterday was that they put the first two episodes of Young Justice up on HBO Max, and I watched them because I enjoy Young Justice, and um, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. I'm not going to tell y'all about that show because a lot of people didn't even know that those two episodes were up because they had already bailed on DC fandom. Because I was there to damn near the end, I saw some of these things. And yeah, I watched those two episodes. I love Young Justice. It's an animated superhero film, and it's kind of animated and young adult. So it's really not aimed at my demographic, but I love Young Justice. And these first two episodes they might piss some people off because, of course, a hit dog holla. So when these shows start throwing stones and people start yelling, it's because it hit them a little too close at home. And I think I think that is one of the things that we are going to see some backlash because people are. I'm so tired of social justice warriors. Look, anytime you say social justice and warrior, and it becomes a battle cry for incels everywhere to to pick up their arms and go to war against these social justice warriors. Social justice is actually we all deserve it. So to have social justice and not go overboard with it. I'm talking about the stuff that we know we're not supposed to be doing. If we just live by those little golden rules, and I'm not trying to get biblical. Y'all know I can do it though. Um, when when asked what is the greatest commandment, and Jesus said, "Love your neighbor as yourself." Period. Because if you do that, then you will fall in line with everything else. If you won't do anything to hurt yourself, you shouldn't do anything to hurt your neighbor. Tasha, get off your soapbox. For you lose the 3 or 4 people you got watching. But I'm serious. It's gonna be somebody is gonna be upset, and they're gonna be in their feelings about those first 2 Young Justice episodes, and I rather enjoyed them. I rather enjoyed them. So I don't really have a whole bunch else about DC fandom because it really was not that great. It was all right. I am going to talk about of course something that is very important to me, and that is when we're talking about November 24th, we're getting the Hawkeye series on Disney Plus. And I have been very invested in these series on Disney Plus. I think they have done a good job of presenting something that is a companion to these movies, but it also stands on its own pretty well too. And Hawkeye is going to be the latest. It'll be coming out November 24th, and they have let us know that they're coming out with 2 episodes from the beginning. So that's very exciting. It's only a 6 episode series, so it's looking like the series will be over in what, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. So I mean, it's going to be a short series. It's going to introduce us to Kate Bishop, who is going to basically be the new Hawkeye, if things go the way they go in the comic books. Hawkeye is seemingly going to retire, and when he retires, he is going to have trained Kate Bishop, played by Haley Steinfeld. He's going to have trained her to basically take his place. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing what they do with Hawkeye. And even this Hawkeye, even that logo is lifted straight from a comic book. So I'm excited. And I don't know if anybody else is feeling the Hawkeye. I can't play this trailer because I'm not trying to get, they keep doing these things to me. Demonetizing. I got demonetized for putting up that Batman reaction trailer, but it's okay. I left that one up. I'm like, I don't care. They knew we was going to want to talk about it, and they knew we was going to want to react to it. So they put that out there for us to do that. Some other Marvel news, and this is a cut coming to us from the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. If you are familiar with the comics, then you would be excited to see these 2 words, Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock is finally, we've been being threatened with with Adam Warlock for years as well. So then Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Will Poulter is going to be playing Adam Warlock. So we finally got a casting. I don't know a lot about this kid. I don't particularly care. They say he played in Midsummer, and I didn't watch that movie, but I've heard that that movie was pretty darn scary. Maybe I'm gonna have to get my weight up before I watch that. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is going to begin shooting later this year, and he has announced that Will Poulter will be playing Adam Warlock. So let me see. He also played in Son of Rambo and the Chronicles of Narnia, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. Most audiences, however, likely first remember him as the awkward teenage kid in 2013's We're the Millers, who was bitten on his testicles by a tarantula. Poulter also Poulter also played standout roles in the Maze Runner franchise and 2015's The Revenant, and he can currently be seen in the limited series Dope Sick on Hulu. Now, I might check out Dope Sick, since that is the latest thing that he's done, it seems. And I'm going to see where he is as a performer, because I don't know a lot about Will Poulter. But, you know, if I kind of trust James Gunn. He says I mean, you know, that this kid can do it, can pull this role off. This is a big role. So hopefully we agree. So Gunn teased the introduction of Adam Warlock in one of the mid-credits teasers in 2017's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, after Aisha, leader of the Sovereign People, creates a being she names Adam with the purpose of destroying the Guardians of the Galaxy. The character was first introduced in the late 60s, early 70s, created in a specialized cocoon to be effectively the perfect human. His powers, he's overpowered. He's flight, super strength, regeneration, energy manipulation. They rival the most powerful Marvel characters ever created. So not the Marvel characters that we know, but the Marvel characters that were ever created. That to me is saying quite a bit. Oh, okay. Hey, Reinhardt. I didn't know you was over here. I'd have been checking sooner. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. $5 super chat from Reinhardt. Tasha, I love the Black Adam trailer and the Flash trailer. The Batman trailers, I have no words, no words, no words. So, your comment on the Batman trailer, saying that you have no words, I'm gonna assume that you enjoyed that trailer. I hope that that's what that meant, that you enjoyed it. I myself, I was like, meh, I liked it. I didn't hate it. I'm still excited to see the movie. So I just want to hear. I want to hear from some people who had more, feeling behind this trailer, because I'm so sorry. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Okay, you liked it very, 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 very much. Chicago Sky, WNBA champs. Oh, I got to get up and do a dance. Woo, woo. Candace Parker made the difference. Candace Parker made the difference. Thank you, D, for letting me know. Thank you. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh, we were talking about the Batman trailer. Yeah, I did want to really talk to somebody who had stronger feelings about the Batman trailer, because I didn't, it was all right. It was all right. I was so impressed. let me tell you, with the Colin Farrell transformation into Penguin, to the point where I didn't even know that was him. Because I was like, okay, I had heard somebody was attached to that, I heard somebody was attached to that role, but that's not him. It was definitely him. It was definitely him. I can't believe he looks that different. It was amazing. Yeah, they did a great job with Colin Farrell. And I still, I looked it up and I remembered the name for a second, and I don't remember the name of the actor for Riddler. But yeah, I was like, it was good. It's informing us that Riddler is gonna get locked up. It looks like he might go ahead and turn himself in kind of early, because you could tell that he wanted to get caught. Put his little hands up. He didn't care. He wanted to get caught. So being in prison or jail or whatever is where he wanted to be. So Reinhardt said, today is my cheat day, and having a keto burrito for the last 2 weeks. I've been on a 1,700 calorie a day eating plan to get down my A1C. Feel good. Been drinking lots of water. I am very proud of you. Now I'm gonna tell you. I was gonna tell y'all this. The reason why I think my voice is strained, and the reason why is because I smoke and I need to quit. So I need to quit smoking. That's where I'm at right now. I need to quit, and I'm ready to quit, because then my breathing gets right. I'm gonna gain weight. I already know this. I'm gonna gain weight as I'm losing, or as I'm leaving these cigarettes alone. But and that's what I've been trying to avoid, is gaining more weight, because I'm diabetic, and I have high blood pressure, and I have kidney disease. So these are three things that I have that aren't going to get better because the cigarettes are a problem. So hopefully within the next few weeks, you guys notice a difference with the voice, because I'm going to leave them things alone. I got like 5 cigarettes left, and I'm going to smoke them. I'm not throwing them cigarettes away. No. But I'm going to try not to buy another pack. I'm going to have to pull out some Chicago stuff. Hey, Dion, you missed a lot. Carry on. You going to rewatch later? Oh, I appreciate you being here. I really do. But you know what? I've come to expect you to be here now. When you're not here, when it's you, Reinhardt, D, and Clarence. If y'all ain't here, I'll be wondering. I hope they okay. You guys have become my friends now, so shucks. Now, D been my friend my whole life, and Dion been my friend for damn near half my life. So, yeah. Anyway, I truly I'm glad you enjoyed that trailer, Reinhardt, because I'm excited for the movie, and they could put out a trailer with Batman riding a tricycle, and and Robin sitting on the hood saying "woo, woo," and I would probably still go see it. Dion said, "Wait, we talking about losing weight, girl? I will unsubscribe if you don't get back to talking about Star Trek or something." No, it was just in that moment. Reinhardt was telling me what he's doing, and I'm like, I'm trying to stop smoking these squares, and because it's affecting my voice. So yeah, only for a second, because I know that when I stop these cigarettes, I'm gonna get big as a house. Now Reinhardt said that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I'm not diabetic yet, hopefully. But 2 of my brothers are. It's crazy. We had a friend quit after 42 years. Gosh. Well, I've been smoking for about, let me see. Y'all gonna talk about me probably about 15 years. So I was old enough to know you don't even want to start this shit. And here my dumb ass and pick these cigarettes up, and I still ain't been able to put them down. And the thing is, it's a ugly habit. But anywho, it is an ugly habit. So we talked about Marvel casting Adam Warlock. We talked about Home Sweet Home Alone. We talked about Kyrie Irving quite a bit. We talked about Hawkeye starting with 2 episodes. We talked about Letitia Wright denying the rumors that she had been spreading this anti-vax rhetoric. And then we also talked about Halloween Kills and the box office and how it has not kind of little exceeded, because initially they were talking $47 million over the weekend, and is currently at like 50.4 ish. So it exceeded it a little bit, but that's still fantastic, and it's telling us that shit is. I hate to say it because we jinx it, but it shows that things might be getting back to normal. Just might. So the last thing I had before I talk about Titans, and then we can. How long we been going here? An hour and a half. I knew this was gonna be a long one though. So we're gonna talk about The Harder They Fall. We've been talking about this for the last few weeks. First, we were talking about our excitement for seeing the movie. Which way am I need to go? I need to go this way. First, we were talking about our excitement for just seeing the movie. Then we were talking about the controversy of colorism in the movie. And now we are talking about, now we're apparently talking about Jay-Z and cowboys, black cowboys, coming to the Oscar race. We are actually talking about Jay-Z potentially winning an Oscar for Best Original Song. And I hope he does. I hope he does. Jay-Z could become the first Oscar nominee to compete against his wife, Beyonce. Wait a minute. For some reason, what would be her original song? Was it for this movie as well? Let's find out together. Where have all the black cowboys gone? They are raging in the heart and mind of debut filmmaker James Samuel's The Harder They Fall, an advantageous and stylistic Western that could become one of the most popular flicks on Netflix and a populist selection in the major Oscar categories, which could include rapper Jay-Z. Brutal, violent, and cool as hell, the Blood Squib Western, which opened the BFI London Film Festival, is a genre piece that will likely lend itself to comparisons to filmmakers such as Quentin Tarantino, which is perfectly apt. I heard that it is like a lot of Tarantino influence in this movie. However, one of the questions is how the Oscars will respond to this film that's seemingly unfamiliar to what Academy members have traditionally seen in the genre. As if there weren't black cowboys. That's where they got the word cowboy. But I'm not about to go into my history lessons right now. Anyhow, Netflix may be hoping for the Oscars to get really cool really fast, which they have shown inklings of in the past few years with Black Panther Best Picture nomination. But the Oscars don't always receive the memo. And I don't want to read this whole article. I want to get to the part where we talk about the songs. And I'm going to be real with you. I've heard mixed reviews about this movie. I really hope this movie is as good as we want it to be. But I have heard that it is a mixed it's a mixed bag. We're going to find out. Okay. I want to know what songs we are talking about. Let's see. Under his real name, Sean Carter, Grammy-winning rapper and record executive Jay-Z serves as one of the film's producers, in addition to Samuel, three-time Oscar nominee Lawrence Bender, and recent Emmy nominee James Lasseter. There isn't a long list of rappers turned Oscar winners, which only includes Eminem for original song, Lose Yourself from 8 Mile, Deserved, 3 6 Mafia, original song for It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp, Deserved, and Common, original song for Glory from Selma, Deserved. Kendrick Lamar was the most recent nominee for All the Stars from Marvel Studios' Black Panther, and it should have won. It was nominated for Song, Record, and Album of the Year at the Grammys. This soundtrack can easily follow suit with its massive and sensational tracks. I really just want to see what song Beyonce might be. Okay, here we are. An interesting note is Jay-Z's, I hate this Hova shit. Jay-Z's longtime wife, Beyonce, is also in the Oscar race this year for her original song in Reynaldo Marcus Green's King Richard. That's why I don't know what it is, because King Richard has not yet come out. But I would like to, I want to hear the song Be Alive. I'm going to have to check it out to see if I'm going to have to see if I can check out the song, because we know that Jay-Z's he's gonna have a whole gang of stuff on this Harder They Fall, and then her in the race as well. Hopefully both of them are nominated, and one of the Carters goes home with the prize. Let me get back over here so I can see if y'all are talking. Thank you, Dion, for the super chat. I appreciate that. And let me go back up. Okay, Dion said, okay, cool, but I'm not joining you on the stop smoking thing. Well, maybe the cigarettes. Well, you know what? I'm leaving the cigarettes alone. I don't smoke weed, but I will eat the hell out of an edible. So, I'm going to eat my edibles. Ain't really nothing going to stop that. That's a pain reliever and anxiety reliever. So, shoot, I'm going to eat my edibles. Okay, Star Trek Tasha. Sonia Gomez, are you kidding me? I just about lost it. I knew she was only in 2 episodes of Next Generation, but love that actress, and I read the novels. They brought her back. They brought her back along, and she was a captain. I'm so grateful that Mike McMahon pays attention to things like that. I honestly think he pays more attention than the live action people. I think I'm not about to mess with you, Dion. I don't care how much that sticker was, girl. It is definitely the thought that counts, and you contributed, and I appreciate it. Now back to Mike McMahon. They kind of have to pay a whole lot of attention in animation, but yes, I have been, I guess I've been pleasantly surprised at how faithful they have been to the deep cuts in Star Trek's history. So, I mean, in these last 2 episodes were Chef's Kiss. I loved them. So, of course, they got me back for next season. I was fighting it tooth and nail when they was doing all that sex talk, but now I'm like, okay, I guess I can mess with Lower Decks, because I really want to know what's going on with Rutherford and what's going to happen to Captain Freeman. So those are 2 things that's going to have me back for next year. But a show that's going to lose me for next year is Titans. Yeah, they're going to lose me, because these last few episodes have been... Now, there was one in there that I was very impressed with, and then I think last week and this week, it brought it back down for me, especially this week. I'm concerned Like, they went the whole season with Beast Boy only turning into that tiger one time. And then they or maybe he turned into the tiger twice, I think. Twice. And then yesterday's episode he turns into this bat so that they can carry Dick's body to the Lazarus pit. I'm like, this Lazarus pit is getting used too much. The Lazarus pit is getting used too much. The the bats thing, we've waited a whole season to see him in action fighting as a different animal, and y'all turn him into a bat with the most terrifying CGI that I think I've ever seen, even though I expect that for a TV show. The story's not making a bunch of sense to me. I'm to the point where I'm gonna watch the last episode. I didn't like what they did with Blackfire, Starfire, Superboy. They nerfed Superboy this whole season. You got one of the strongest people on the planet. We could have been through with Scarecrow, Jason Todd, all of them if you'd have just let Connor loose on them. So it was just, yeah, it's a no for me, dog. I can't keep fucking. Oh, thank you, Dion. What does that one say? Oh, fist bump. Look, my niece came by. Speaking of that, she made me this cup, and she makes all kinds of cups. I am going to put up a post on the Facebook page of her information so you can see her on TikTok and Instagram, the stuff that she sells. But she created this one for me, and I said I'm going to display this while I drink my tea because that's the only thing that's keeping me talking here. Well, Reinhardt says, "Oh, I'm with you on that, Tasha. Titans is pissing me off. We waited to see this show, and it started out so good, and it's been getting steadily worse as the season has gone on." This is true. Not only has it been getting steadily worse, it's like it's for no reason. It's like if we could have either made this season shorter or longer so that we can get the story told. We did not have to. It's a lot of filler going on in here. It's too many storylines. They can't juggle them all. They need to focus on maybe two things, not trying to establish all these different things. It's just too much going on. Dion said, "These stickers are pretty cool. I need more money." Well, I appreciate it, y'all. This has been the most money I've made in about 3 or 4 months. So I appreciate you guys. Also, I told DeVena, and I don't know if she's still around on Facebook over there. Somebody is. It's either DeVena or Lysandra is still over there. Lysandra has been ill. And that's why I've been like kind of pushing for prayer for her. But she's been ill, and I kind of understand if she had to float away because she's not trying to sit up like that. But yeah, when your friends get sick, it makes you think about all the stuff that you're doing also that you could fix. But I said that I was going to post another Black movie trivia question. Since you guys missed the first one, Dee answered it in the live stream, so that takes the first one off the table. I will show you guys what that was though, because if you weren't here at the beginning, you missed it. So I'm gonna show you guys what the first Black movie trivia question was that DeVena got the answer to. And boy, you know what I've been noticing? Yeah, boy, YouTube, it takes way longer for stuff to happen on YouTube because I saw it on Facebook a long time ago. And then my Get Vocal, I haven't even checked that. I'm sorry, get vocal. I'm so used to nobody being over there. So that was the question for today. What 1992 film featured a song by Eric B. and Rakim of the same title? The answer was Juice. DeVena already took that one off the table. I will put up another question that can be answered in the chat as a super chat, or you can just put the answer on social media. Since everybody here has already super chatted me, I guess you could answer in the chat because you've already kind of paid. Tasha, they will demonetize you. I think there's a thing called the fairness rule. Fair use, yeah. Like you can show a trailer, but you can only show so much of it. I think it's 2 minutes. Is that what it is? It's a certain time limit? Because yeah, they demonetized my video, and I'm okay with that. I put it up there because I was testing the system to see if I could post that reaction, but also because I just wanted to discuss that. You can see, like in that video yesterday, I didn't even have makeup on. I didn't have my hair done. I was really just chilling. I was really just chilling. So I said, let me jump in here and see if anybody is talking about this trailer. Of course, I knew people was gonna be talking about it, but uh, what was being said and who and blase splickety. I'm gonna give you guys another question. This one is a little harder than the one I gave D. So uh, if you are going to know the answer, let me see. I gotta transform this. My stomach is growling, so that's telling me a little something. Like, girl, you need to go get on up and go get you some food. Oh, I didn't know y'all saw that, but you see the question. You see it really big. What 2004 remake stars Denzel Washington as a troubled Gulf War vet? That is our second trivia question. I've got some stickers that I ordered, and it just is basically identifying you as a black movie trivia champ. And no, DeVena. Oh, but I did that on purpose. Gotta look at what war it is. The Gulf War vet. But anyway, I yeah, I bought these stickers so that if you guys don't mind giving me addresses, I will send you out the sticker if you win, and then we will do something. I say this whole thing was going to run 10 weeks. Whoever got the most points in 10 weeks is going to be crown champ. You're going to be crown champ of this round of Black Movie Trivia, and this is the second week. So y'all just let me know if you have an answer. What 2004 remake stars Denzel Washington as a troubled Gulf War vet? Oh, let me see. Reinhardt says, I swear I didn't look it up, but it's something courage because Matt Damon is in it and Meg Ryan. Actually, the answer that I was looking for is over here in Facebook. DeVena has answered this question right as well. Manchurian Candidate. The Manchurian Candidate. Wow, D, you got quite a little lead on everybody now. Okay, so should I ask one more question or should we call it a day and just wait until till next week Saturday? One more question? because I like the game. One more question. Except for now, I need to let me see. Yeah, I need to come up with a. Dang, we staying with Denzel Washington. I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there either. The movie that you're talking about, Matt Damon and Meg Ryan. Oh, I can't remember. Here's the last question. This is my last one. I got it up here now. It hasn't hit you guys yet, but it's coming. What is Big Willie Weekend? And the thing is, it's popping up on Facebook first for some reason. D got a little head start on y'all. um, what is Big Willie Weekend? And why do they call it that? Why do they call it Big Willie Weekend? Anybody got a response? And this is gonna be it. And the Reinhardt asked a question. I have one for you guys. What movie did Denzel Washington star in as a biracial child? And don't look it up. What is Big Willie Weekend? Big Willie Weekend sounds X-rated to me. Dion, no, it is not X-rated. DeVena has got part of it. Why do they call it that? So she's already got half of the answer. What is Big Willie Weekend and why do they call it that? Gosh, DeVena, you killing it. I'm going to have to send you all my stickers. Should I accept that? Okay. DeVena has already got what, 2 points? I'm gonna give you 2.5 if they don't come up with the answer in, let's see, 30 seconds. If nobody else comes up with the answer in 30 seconds, I'm gonna award you a half a point, D. And then she's gonna be at 2.5 points. That's a heck of a lead when we only going up to 10. 5 seconds left. Okay, so Big Willie Weekend is the 4th of July. And always the first weekend of July for a long time, they were putting out Will Smith movies. And Davina said 4th of July, then she said Independence Day, and then she started listing off the other movies. Yeah, because the first one was Independence Day, and then after that, studios kept putting him out that first weekend in July because he was bringing in over $100 million per movie, and those movies included Wild Wild West, Hancock, Men in Black 1 and 2, I Robot. That Wild Wild West kind of, y'all remember what happened. I ain't gotta tell you that Wild Wild West movie wasn't where it was, and and that kind of started to put a damper on his big willy powers. But yeah, for a long time, the first weekend in July was called Big Willie Weekend because they knew if they starred Will Smith in a movie that it would make over $100 million. And there's our Black movie trivia history. Thank you, DeVena. Thank you guys for at least attempting, and DeVena for being so quick with the answers. I'm gonna stump you, DeVena. I'm gonna stump you. And uh let's see. So DeVena is up two and no, I might as well go ahead and give her the three because she went ahead and answered with the rest of the movies. So DeVena is up 3-0 right now. I will answer. I see you later, Dion. And hey, I used to work at Burlington too, so I understand. Have a great day. I love you. Um. Yeah. I'm gonna ask no more than 3 questions a week since we've set this precedent. If the questions get answered within the chat, I'll ask up to 3 questions a week. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. So I'm gonna have to have at least 30 questions prepared for you guys. Yeah, because it can't be a tie. Because yeah, if you guys in, because I got a feeling Reinhardt is gonna come for you, DeVena. I really do. And if Reinhardt comes for you, and you guys end up in a tie, we'll have a tiebreaker, and we'll do that over on Get Vocal. That tiebreaker was where you can go Get Vocal on your phone even. You guys, if it came down to a tie, Carbon Copy. I don't even remember that movie. Did I talk about Don Staley's new contract? No, because you know what? I get off on basketball sometimes. I don't be. I ain't supposed to, but I don't mind. What is Don Staley's new contract? What is she? I mean, heck, who is she coaching? Is she coaching Chicago? Carbon Copy. I don't even remember that movie. But hey, yeah, if it ends in a tie, you guys, we can do a whole show of the people who are tied over on Get Vocal, where it'll be like a real trivia show. Hey Reinhardt, have you ever watched that what is it called? The movie Schmodown? You ever watched that show? That is that's like in my head of how we can do our our championship round. Yeah. But anywho, I'm gonna give you a second to let me know what the heck else you guys got, if anything. I've got a week off from Star Trek, but then this Young Justice has started, and now I'm super excited about that. I think things will be back to normal next week, but we will be doing the weekly wrap up on Saturday. If anything crazy happens within the next couple of hours here, I'll do an impromptu live stream because I enjoy doing these. I really do. And yeah, with all that being said, I don't have an awful lot. $22 million, 7 years with South Carolina. See, I think that's, Dawn Staley has proven that she knows her ish. Some people are just great players, but there are those people who can actually teach the game, and I think that she does an outstanding job with it. Haven't been following basketball the way I used to. Like I said a couple episodes ago, uh, I have been way thrown off. Way thrown off. So I'm glad that you have kept me on top of this little information. I think that she deserves it, and I hope that I hope she has continued success in South Carolina. With all that being said, next week things back to normal. I will catch you guys sooner if we get some news that I just feel like is burning and we have to talk about it. But outside of that, I've got nothing else. I appreciate you for joining me. I appreciate the super chats and super stickers. Thank you guys so much. You just don't know how much I appreciate you. And with all that being said, I'm out of here because Get Vocal is kicking me out right now. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.